it going?
Listen, only 3 minutes this morning. We did pretty good.
We did pretty good. I can't even see the clock. It's really weird when you're not hosting. You don't get the you're supposed to go like now thing.
Yeah.
So it's great. I could just hang out forever. The pressure's all on you, babe. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not in charge. It's great.
I'm not any good at any of this. So, we just wing it. Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, Barb.
Oh my God. How is everyone? I tell you what, it actually feels a little like fall today over here. I'm saying that very generously, but like there's a breeze.
Yeah. It's raining. We're supposed to get an atmospheric river, which is when it basically just like downpours for like days, and they keep predicting one and then it never happens. It's not even, it's like gray and damp out there, but it hasn't actually full on started raining. And I'm kind of sad about it because like I need a rainy day and a good book and like a cup of something warm, like tea or something. That's what I need right now. So bad.
Oh my God. Yeah. I love a good downpour. I love a good thunderstorm. That's like my jam. Now I love me some sun and cool weather, top down kind of weather, outside kind of weather. But man, a good thunderstorm and a good book, curled up, coffee, done.
I could do thunder, I think, if it was more like rumbly rolly. I don't like the flash of light crack of thunder. That freaks me out.
Yeah.
That and wind. I cannot handle windstorms at all. I swear to God, it's Wizard of Oz. She traumatized me. Like, I'm not kidding. I literally I can't handle like hearing gusty wind or like freaks me right out. Or if I can see the trees moving a lot, I don't know what my thing is.
Oh
like,
man, you would not do well in a hurricane.
No, I would not. I hate.
Oh my God. Do y'all have when hi guys, it's Danny and Lisa. This is Glitter and Gator. Hi. Did you
This is how we roll.
I have to ask this because when I was up in Alaska, because our friend, I mean, he was from here and they were back and forth to Alaska. His dad was in the oil field and then he moved there after high school and stuff like that. And we went visit him and it would rain. It rained while we were there. We were there about 2 weeks and it was like drizzle, light rain, nothing too crazy. When we were in Colorado, very light drizzles, things like that. Like we have downpours, like cannot see, buckets of rain, like inches and inches fall at one time. It feels like we have rain. Do y'all have like big thunderstorms, like big rain there? I don't know if it's like a mountain thing.
We get that rain like that when we get those atmospheric rivers, or occasionally we'll have like a day that's just like flooding because it can't go down the gutters fast enough. So we get that occasionally, but no, I would say normally it's not like that. Like Peggy told me, even in Ontario, it's more whatever. She's like, you don't get like cloud bursts very often out here, where it just feels like
see, we get
up and it's just dumping. We don't really get that the same way. I don't know, Barb, how would you describe our rain? I feel like it's just more often, but less heavy most of the time.
See, ours is heavy. Like Lynn and I were coming home. I was bringing her home from school just the other day, and like we went through it, and it was just like I was picking up something from Walgreens, and we were like in line, and like the clouds just opened up, and it was just chaos. Couldn't see, and then boop, you're like a mile down the road, and you can outrun it all the way to the house. Yeah. But like
that's what Peggy calls like a cloud burst. Yeah, we've had that occasionally, but it's been like, I mean, I could probably count the times I knew that's what was happening, like on a couple hands. Or like we'll get like a random like sudden heavy rain to hail thing every once in a while.
Oh,
but no. Are you drinking iced coffee this morning, by the way, Danny?
I am. I'm drinking a creme brulee.
Oh,
a creme brulee coffee, sugar-free.
Oh, yum. I had actual creme brulee on Friday. It's like my favorite thing. It's like my favorite dessert.
Yum. Oh my God. Are you have just regular coffee?
Yeah, just my normal. I grind the beans fresh and stick them in my machine and they so good. I tried to get pre-ground even from like my coffee. I literally buy coffee from a roastery so that it's like freshly roasted because I've turned into that bitch.
These guys, Jet Coffee,
Yeah.
They do their own roasting now. They have their own roasters. They do their own stuff. So
Yeah.
I love them.
But I even
Speaking
tried to
of
get
drinks,
like, I tried to get pre-ground. I tried to get pre-ground coffee, and like, even though it's been like freshly roasted, it was gross. Like I've literally spoiled myself now. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I ever have to stop drinking coffee at this level. I'm not gonna be happy. I'm
and
spoiled
we used to
now.
do that all the time. We used to get the fresh beans and we would grind the coffee and all that good
Yeah.
stuff. And then,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. So, you guys, today we have Lisa and I, mostly Lisa, came up with some great questions.
Oh yeah. But then I forgot them all. So I mean, I have no
So
idea.
it's all good. We
I
like
didn't look at
brainstormed
this,
about
like,
them. Yeah. We brainstormed about them. We plugged them in and then completely forgot about them. We were just discussing how we didn't even contemplate on anything. It was just like, these are great. We just went for it.
Yeah.
Well, I do know, since we're talking about coffee, that our first question that we're going to pop into this, we wanted to do something like autumn shifts. We're in Mabon season, right? Equinox has just passed. We're getting into the darker times of the year. And so we wanted to like talk about all things about this time of year. And so I'll put the questions down in the description box when we're done, because we didn't want anybody to cheat.
Yeah, no cheating.
We didn't even cheat. No,
No,
but
because
we
I forgot all the questions.
we'll put all of those down there so you guys can answer these questions along with us, or while you're in chat, or pop them down in the comments, whatever, or do VRs. But we have a couple questions. How many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I put 2 in 1? I probably did. We'll see.
Cross that
Because I
bridge when we
thought
get
we
there.
had
It's
8,
fine.
something like that.
Something in
But
that
our
ballpark.
first one, we're kind of talking about right now. So,
cozy drinks.
what is the comfort food or drink you love to indulge in at this time of year? And bonus points if you share a recipe. So, like, do you have, like, is yours like hot beverage related?
Right now, I would say, I feel like this is the same answer I gave last year to a similar question, but is the pecan crunch oat lattes at Starbucks, although their coffee is terrible. And food wise, I think one of my favorite foods that feels comforty would be like, well, usually it'd be spaghetti, but my body doesn't like spaghetti these days. It gets mad at me. I would say probably risotto would be such a lovely treat at this time of year. Or like gnocchi, something kind of like heavy, but like carby. It's like, that's my
Yes.
jam. That's my jam at this time of
Dude,
year. I don't have
I
a
love a
recipe though.
good carby fall thing. Like, I tried that pecan crunch for the first time on our way back from New Orleans this past Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever. I tried it for the first time. It was really good. It was really sweet though.
Hot or iced? Did you get it hot or iced?
I did it iced. I think it would be better hot.
It's really good hot because it's got like a sprinkle on top and it kind of like, it's creamy and you got the foam. I don't know. I feel like it's my favorite way to make risotto. By the way, if y'all make risotto, if you have an Instant Pot, it is the easiest labor-free way to make risotto. Instant Pot risotto. I haven't made it in ages. I should really make some. That sounds so good now. Make Peggy go get me some.
I love Trader Joe's has this mushroom risotto, and it also has an asparagus one. The asparagus is my favorite.
Really? I haven't tried that.
It's so
I tend to do,
good.
like, cheesy mushroom is a good combo. I feel like for risotto, it's so good.
And
I
it really
almost ordered
sucks
it
because
at the
like Jacob
restaurant.
doesn't eat. Oh yeah, Jacob doesn't eat gluten anymore, so it's hard to find something to make risotto that's gluten free because they're
It's not
noodles. Because it's not rice, it's noodles.
Risotto is rice. Real risotto is rice. Danny, real risotto is rice.
All the risotto that we have around here are made from pasta. It's like rice-shaped pasta.
No, ma'am. No. Okay. You could make this at home so freaking easy. All you need is broth and short grain rice. Arborio short grain rice. It's a starchy rice. Like, I can't believe you haven't had real risotto. Oh my God. Okay, so arborio rice. And all you do is you sort of toast the rice a little bit. You add just a little bit of broth. You let it soak it up. Then you add a little more broth and you let it soak it up. And you just do this constantly over a pot. It's really labor intensive. You need to, girl, I can't believe you've been having pasta risotto. My heart hurts for you.
I'm obsessed now. Okay, so because me and Jacob were talking about this, and I'm like, I bet we can make it with just our rice. Like, I bet we could.
Girl.
But everything
short
we've
grain
seen,
rice.
every recipe that we have found has always been the orzo pasta, or however you say it, with
that
everything.
is fake risotto. That is fake risotto. No, absolutely not. You know why? Because people don't want to learn how to make risotto. But first of all, do you have an Instant Pot? Because it's way easier.
Yeah, I have an Instapot.
Okay. I will get you. Oh my god, I'm so heartbroken that you've not had risotto out of rice. Hold on. You do need the right kind of rice, or it won't work though. You can't use long grain. You can't use medium grain. You got to use that arborio rice. Oh my god, I'm sure they sell the arborio rice at fucking Trader Joe's. Anyways, okay, Instant Pot risotto mushroom. Oh my god, my heart is broken right now. Okay, I'm gonna put a link in the private chat and in the main chat. This is just the first one that has good reviews using the Instant Pot, but it's so easy.
My
you
goodness,
don't have to babysit it. I'll put it in our private chat too, so you can
listen. I'm so excited right now.
It's so good. It's so easy, and it's creamy, and it like cooks perfectly, and you don't have to like keep babysitting it, because normally you have to like let it slowly absorb the fluid and like do it really like it takes forever. The chat is probably losing their mind.
Our rice is rice and gravy, and it's medium grain, and it's sticky, and you put that in your gumbo. I am not fucking with y'all. Every recipe, all the shit that we've seen has always been in pasta, because we some Cajuns down here. And you'd be surprised, because the closer you go into like New Orleans and stuff, it's very Italian, you know? And like, oh no. And that's been the biggest problem, is trying to find some. But you see, I haven't made any, because I was like, that's not something that we normally made. We've had this over the years, and we've found this over the years, and we've come to absolutely love it. But yeah, most of it has gluten in it, like even on the packaging, on everything. So we just assumed that that's what they were using, because most people used that.
Yeah, that's terrible. And Nicola, I will say, I agree with you, but as somebody who has made risotto the traditional way on the stovetop and made it in the Instant Pot, literally no difference. I don't know what about the Instant Pot makes that work. I would never do it in a crock pot. I would never do it in a rice cooker, but there's something about the Instant Pot that made it work perfectly. So if you have an Instant Pot and you've never tried making Instant Pot risotto, you must. But yes, make sure you get arborio rice. I think you don't rinse it. Somebody remind me. It'll probably say in the recipe, but like you want it to like get sticky and like absorb all the stuff and get really good. But I just sent you a mushroom.
You don't rinse your rice?
I can't remember. I usually do, but for arborio, I can't remember. Somebody in the chat might remember. It'll say in the recipe, because the whole point of arborio is it's short and starchy, and it like sticks to itself, and it makes it creamy. Oh God, Nicholas said, "What's an Instant Pot?" Oh my God, Google it. It's amazing. Is it Instant Pot or Instant Pot?
It's like it's a instant Instant Pot. I don't know, but what basically it's a pressure cooker.
Yeah,
it's a pressure cooker.
But yeah. Nicholas says no rinsing, which I think is true. I think it's true, because normally you rinse the rice so that it doesn't stick together. But for risotto, you want that kind of creamy, starchy.
See, we rinse our rice because rice is dirty.
Oh, I mean, you could rinse it, just don't over rinse it. Like a quick little rinse if you just want to like get stuff off or whatever, maybe. But yeah, if you
I'll make it slow.
And you don't, like I said, you don't have to make it in the Instant Pot. Yeah, you can make it stovetop. It's just you got to be patient.
I will update you all. I will make it right. And
this is my favorite part of this whole chat now, is that we discovered that you had not had real risotto yet. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait for you to try the real stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah, Jenny says, agreed, rice is dirty. Like, listen,
I mean,
my mama would roll over in her grave if I put that rice in there and I didn't wash that rice before I put it cooking. That's so funny.
Yeah. Just go through the recipe first time as is. It's the easy like starter version, and then you can start looking at other recipes and changing it up and trying it stovetop and whatever. But just, I recommend Instant Pot your first time.
I'm excited now. I'm doing it.
Oh my God. Okay, we didn't even get to your comfort food or drink. It's like we went down a whole risotto like derail.
everybody's like, I feel so bad. I know y'all sheltered life. I did not have most foods. I didn't have sushi till well into my late 20s. Like
Yeah.
you had we didn't even really go out like we had like Chinese restaurant, maybe a Mexican restaurant, that we went to. But like you cooked at home.
Yeah.
That's just what you
Yeah.
did. Like we just didn't I wasn't exposed to a lot of different types of food until I was a lot older. And so like that really shows with this,
Yeah. Same with
and
Peggy's the
why I
same
get
way
so
though.
excited
Yeah, she's the same
to
way.
try. So
She'd never had authentic Italian. She'd never had Japanese or sushi. She'd never had real Chinese. She'd had like food court quality Chinese. She never had like authentic
right.
Chinese food. Like so we spent our first couple years in Vancouver, which is just an amazing multicultural food place. We had
I bet.
Ethiopian. We tried everything, introduced her to everything, and it was so fun. We spent the first couple years just like all the food
That's like
because she was from a small
when we
town.
went to
Like
yeah, it's small town, it's rural small town stuff, like you don't have
yeah.
like whatever. Do y'all know me and Jacob laugh about this to this day? Olive Garden in Lafayette is constantly packed to the brim, still line out the door. For what?
Yeah. It's like that
Okay.
here too. We've got like one in the entire lower mainland, and it's always just an absolute gong show.
I'm
And it's
like,
not
y'all,
that great.
it's Olive Garden. Like, it's like Italian Applebee's. They just put that in the microwave. I'm being
Yeah.
facetious. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
what? But
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I love trying. I love experimenting. I love putting, all kinds of shit together. And I love cooking. I love cooking. So this is definitely something that I'm totally doing. So like for me, I think I will cinnamon it up all year long.
Yeah.
Okay. But I love a good like cinnamony coffee. I will put my pumpkin spice in there because I love the nutmeg. I love the allspice. I love that in my beverages in general. So
Yeah.
like when it comes to like holiday stuff, I do like a good chai. Um
Mm.
I love a creme brulee. I like those
Mm. Flavors.
creamy flavors, and I like a spicy flavor when it comes to my
Mm.
drinks. When it comes to food, I mean, always gumbo, but that's a little
I
bit
was
later
gonna
in the
say.
season. But I would have to say I really like anything with like sweet potatoes at this time of year. Again, that kind of like
Yes.
carby whatever. So like sometimes I'll do a bake with it, or sometimes I'll make like we call them like savory sweet potatoes. So we'll do like a baked potato, but out of a sweet potato. So we put like the bacon and the cheese and the, whatever. But
Yeah.
I love a sweet potato this time of year. I'm a sweet
Yeah.
potato fan, because then you can also go sweet with that. You can put your
Yep.
cinnamon and your sugar
Yep.
and have
Oh.
that. But like, I love sweet potatoes. I love butternut squash,
Mm.
things like that. I have spaghetti squash on the vine. I know that's a little more summery-ish, but like, I love a good spaghetti squash. And I like to make my own pesto. I do this pistachio
Mm.
basil pesto. And so that's a top one on my list. Matter of fact, I'm harvesting all my basil today because it's starting to extra bloom, and I know it's getting that time of year, and I don't want to lose anything. So I think
Mhm.
later today I'm gonna go pull all that off the bush
I'm giving
and
you
make
another
a big thing of pesto.
I'm given another recipe that's sweet potato related. I'm also putting it in the private chat. I think this is the one, or it's very similar to one that I've made before. But you could look up something with
Oh,
a
with
similar
pecans.
name. Yeah, it's like, but it's brown butter. It's browned butter.
Mhm.
It's pecan. It's oh god, it's so freaking good. I got one out of a magazine. I have the actual magazine clipping saved somewhere in my like Google Photos or something. Y'all are killing me
I
with the
love it.
rice conversation right now. We are about to go to blows in the chat over starch or dirt. We might need to Google this. We're gonna Google it right now. We're gonna break this up. Okay, what? Okay, I'm pretty sure it's starch, but let's just see. What is the white cloudiness you're rinsing off rice? Because I'm pretty sure it's mostly starch. There is also impurities. Yeah, free starch on the surface of the rice grain, which is produced by the milling process. So the cloudy rinse water, studies have proven, it says, according to this source, that is what that is. So it's starchy water. It's starchy water. It's starch, not dirt. However, there are often other impurities, just like in your cereal, like insects, things like that, that make their way into your rice. So you rinse so you can get that stuff out. But
and I don't know if there's a difference, but I know that water made, I don't know if that's everywhere. This is Mahatma rice, water made, Louisiana, medium grain rice. We've always washed because they say, oh, they put that in that big silo and it gets full of nasty. Sure. So you got to wash that rice.
There's bugs and stuff like that make their way into your rice for sure. Yeah. You're probably okay with arborio. Arborio is probably a different process.
I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that's fine.
Give it a quick rinse. Get the I love it, but it probably does. There probably are definitely not probably. There are definitely regional differences, I'm sure, based on where the rice is harvested where it comes from. But it is like it's sending me that y'all are like, it's dirt. It's probably both. It's probably both.
And it's probably both.
You do need some of the starch for risotto. So we're gonna just listen. You will survive. I promise. You're not gonna. I know.
I'm sure there's many people that don't wash their rice, and I've eaten it before. It'll be fine. But
you'll be okay. I promise.
It'll be okay. It'll be all right. So yeah. So like that's well, now I got all kinds of stuff to cook. So I'm excited about this.
I know.
And we started a crazy debate.
I love it so much.
I do too.
Yeah, the sweet potato recipe I shared is so good though. It's so good. It's so good.
I love it. I like a crusted like yam bake as well.
My favorite way initially I found it. Yo. I literally found the picture
of the one that you had.
Yep. Let me just.
I never I use recipes. Don't get me wrong. Like there's many times that I use recipes, but I'm a wing it kind of girly.
I know you are. Sure you are.
I will go in my pantry and be like, I have all these things. Let's try.
Yeah, you can totally do that with risotto once you get the base. As long as you have the liquid to rice ratio right, you can really play with the other flavors a lot. It's a great base for building stuff. But I am sending you the sweet potato thing. Anyway.
I love that. Perfect.
It's like my mama would kill me. I know. I know. I hear you. I didn't actually learn to rinse my rice till I was a full-on adult. I didn't know. My parents would just dump it in the pot with the water, and that was it. And it was always sticky and gummy and whatever. And then I learned how to rinse as an adult. Now I rinse my regular rice till that water runs clear, but just not my risotto. I'll shut the fuck up about the risotto.
I like a little bit of sticky. So like. When I do my rice, I always, you salt it like the sea.
Yeah.
And then we put a little bit of vinegar in there.
Yeah.
A little bit of white vinegar in there.
A little bit of rice wine vinegar in there. Rice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sushi rice. Yeah.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I just love everybody like talking about all the things. I love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, somebody said curry and sweet potato. Listen, I do love me a good curry. Another thing that I did not try until I think I was in my 30s.
Yeah. Curry
and I love Indian food now. Like I love Indian food.
I think my favorite curry dish was actually it was chickpea curry. Oh my God, this was the most stick to your ribs, warm, comforting dish. It was perfect fall dish, but it was curried chickpeas over saffron rice. And the curried chicken, there's no meat in it. The curried chickpeas, you put in chopped pistachio, currants, and it's this. Oh God, I don't even know I don't know. I wonder if I have that recipe. It's literally from like almost 30 years ago. I will look it up at some point. But it's so good. You serve that the saffron and the rice made with chicken stock, and it's like it is the best. It's the heartiest, most filling, like most satisfying vegetarian meal I've ever had in my life. So good.
Oh my God. See, the first time I ever had it was this little hole I'm going to hide this for now because we're still talking about food.
We're still on
food. Welcome. This is how this is going to be.
Yeah, for sure.
The first time I ever tried it, again, New Orleans, which also has my favorite Vietnamese restaurant. Like Viet Orleans is my favorite place to go get vermicelli bowls. It's Oh my God. Anyway, but we were in New Orleans, and we had friends that used to live in Malaysia and stuff like that. So they were used to trying all kinds of things and doing all kinds of things. And, you know, they found this authentic Indian place in the back. Like, it was like you had to like go down this alley and like park around the side. Like, I would have never found this place by myself. And we ordered, like, they literally ordered like a family dinner, and we tried everything at this like authentic Indian place. It was the best experience I'd ever had. It was like the best way to try the food. I love everything.
Oh my God. Peggy and I once had like a little windfall. We had like, I don't know, we were real broke at the time with the boys, and we had, I can't remember how much money it was. I want to say it was like $500. We'll say we came into $500. And for us, that was like winning the freaking lottery. And we're like, okay, the universe loves us. We're going to do something really nice, which we don't normally get to do. And we took the boys to this Thai restaurant in the area that had a tasting menu.
Love Thai food.
Oh. It was a female chef and a tasting menu. And I don't think anybody had ever ordered it, because it was us and the boys, and we sat down. It was probably like 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m. because we used to eat dinner early. We still do, actually. But anyways, we sat down. And we said we want the tasting menu. And there was like probably 20 dishes on this tasting menu. Okay. And we're like, yeah, no, we want the tasting menu. And they're like, it's $100 a person. We're like, yeah, we know. We want the tasting menu. We felt like ballers. We were like, we are fancy schmancy. It was
hell
so
yeah.
But I don't think anybody had ever ordered it, because the chef was so excited. And like the waiter knew that the chef, like, clearly made it clear that the chef was so excited to do this menu. And they were a newer restaurant. I thought tasting menu, the way I always envisioned that, was they're going to bring you like a little bite of each thing, like a little teeny tiny little portion. Ma'am, full size family dishes of every single thing. We barely made it past the salad course. We almost closed the restaurant down. It was the coolest experience. But when I tell you we ate for a week, all four of us, on the leftovers,
I would have packed everything. I would have froze everything.
we had the best time.
That's amazing.
But we got to try so many different things, like things that we would have never ordered, and just try. Yes. It was so fun. It was so fun. I highly recommend.
I think that was
not that volume, but like if you ever get a chance to do a tasting menu of any kind, so worth.
Yeah,
to get to try.
Because I'll tell you what, it was the best way. I'm sorry, I keep talking over you. It was like the best way to experience a new cuisine for the first time. Like, it was the best way. Yeah. You know, it was just so awesome. Because there's some things like I would have never tried, I would have never ordered, I would have never done, and everything was just so delicious. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, all right. Well, I guess we'll go to the next one. But I'm telling you, it was like, foodies all day, every day.
I could literally talk about just that. Okay. Okay, next.
Same. I knew we were going to be in trouble with that one. Okay. So as we shift into autumn, how do the rhythms of your life shift and change? How do you adopt your oh wait, is that the two? Or was that all in one?
No, whatever. That's all one. It's fine.
That's all one. It's fine. I don't know where I'm missing one, but I'll figure it out.
It don't matter.
Eventually.
It's fine. How do the rhythms of our life change? How do you adapt your routines or rituals? I feel like my energetic, my energy meter just like loses. It's like my internal battery loses 50% of its capacity as soon as the days get shorter. It's literally like I get tired quicker. So I tend to turn toward more reflective practices. I started morning pages actually about 3 weeks ago, as we were starting to hit this shift where every morning, the first thing I do when I wake up is I fill 3 pages in a journal. Stream of consciousness. It's been great. I tend to go towards things like that. I tend to do more like more reading. I definitely make more time for like fiction reading around this time of year. All of my stuff turns more inward. I would say like more reflective, more quiet, more still. I definitely want to go out less. I want to adventure less, I guess is maybe the best way to express that. So my stuff all tends to shift more towards deeper, slower, cozier in general, I would say around this time of year. I'm more likely to hit, like Peggy and I've actually identified this. I'm more likely to hit a cycle of burnout by around November to January is like my danger zone because my energy just goes. So I try to like actually, I don't know if you do anything similar, but I try to kind of like get ahead of it a little bit. Like, for example, if I have a burst of energy, I will film for like my channel. I'll film like a batch of videos that I know I can like schedule out just to create so that when I have the energy, I kind of take advantage of it because I know that I'm going to have like another 3 or 4 days, 5 days, 2 weeks, even of just less energy. So I just kind of slow it down. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. It's kind of funny because while I do slow down, I feel like as soon as the air gets really crisp or like starts to turn to that crisp, I do have an initial like burst where I'm like, I want to like that shift is like, okay, let me pick up my space, let me reset. Like I do a little reset in autumn because for me winter is very much like closed in. But like that fall has that little bit of a burst where it's like, I want to be outside. I want to be outside. I want to be resetting. I want to do that kind of stuff. I do get a little slower, but I also go very nostalgic in the fall. So like I'll rewatch some of my favorite movies or TV shows, or I'll reread books. Like I just finished rereading the whole Poor Lisa. I've been talking about this.
I love it.
For
I
weeks.
love it. You can help me talk about books to me all day long. My favorite.
Yeah, I've been rereading the Hunger Games because I read the newest book, the Sunrise at the Reaping, which was so good. My favorite of all the series.
Of all of them? Beyond the
of
trilogy.
all of them. All 5 books. My favorite. But I reread everything. So I read all 5 books this past month. I'll talk about it on my thing, but like I'll reread. I want to get steeped in something. So like you said, like you go to fiction and stuff. When I read in the fall, I want something that I can immerse myself in, that I'm like in that bubble. So like I'll usually watch things that have a similar vibe and read things that have a similar vibe and kind of put me in that kind of place of nostalgia. Like I rewatched Shrek. I was sick the other week and like I rewatched Shrek. And like Shrek and Shrek 2, that was as far as I got because I had to go get linen. But like I rewatched that. What else did I I was rewatching South Park, which is trash, but I'm a South Park. It is trash, but like 30 years worth of trash. So it means something to me because I was there that first, initial thing, And so like I was rewatching some South Park, and then I was like rewatching. I watched a lot of cartoons when I was sick. Because that's my jam. Like I rewatched Garfield and Friends like Saturday morning.
Oh my
in God. The 80s, Garfield and Friends, and it was the best evening I had.
That's amazing. I love that. That reminds me, please don't let me forget. I need to send you. I'm gonna private chat. Danny and I are gonna play a game together, a letter writing game.
Oh yes, we are.
I need to send. Yeah. Anyway, I'm putting that in the private chat. Sorry, that just totally reminded me, and I don't care if we're in the middle of the live stream. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to forget. Because yeah, we're gonna be playing a solo RPG that has rules for 2.
Yes.
Where you send letters back and forth as part of the thing. Oh, but my fucking house is on strike. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell, man.
Maybe we can
write it and scan it in.
Maybe.
So we can still write. But I want to get a letter.
I want you to get a letter. Damn it. Fucking
is trash. I'm
open my window.
Get out there.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so mad about it. Okay.
Oh my God, anyway. Shrek the Halls. I have seen it. I love that shit. I love it. With my members, we recently did I did a fill your journal on like movies that made us, because I rewatched one of my favorites as a kid. I'm such a weird kid, but I watched Amadeus as a kid.
Okay, did you realize, I need to know, I'm sorry, I'm totally gonna interrupt you, but did you realize that you called the video Movies That Made Us, and the movie is Amadeus, which if you look is Made Us? Did you realize, was that accidental?
That was completely accidental.
I've got it on my list and I'm like, well, that was very clever, Danny.
That was purely an accident.
Okay,
That was
I'm sorry.
purely an
Please
accident. I
continue
am
on.
not that good at puns, but thank you for thinking that. Thank you for
You're
thinking
welcome.
that.
You're welcome. I would gas you up all day. I thought for sure that was intentional.
No, oh my god. Now, what about do you have like rituals or routines? Like I love like I like to make a candles or oils around this season in particular, more so than any other. Maybe Samhain I usually have more because I go into ancestor work.
Yeah.
But most of my witchery happens in like Mabon and Samhain season, aside from, you know, early spring. But that's
Mhm.
where like I do the most when it comes to rituals. What about you? Do you do anything like that?
No, I'm very like I feel like when it comes to any sort of rituals or like magic, I'm very when the need arises. I've got very few. I used to do a bit of an altar reset, but now my whole room is kind of like an altar. Like I kind of just like keep revamping little bits here and there as I go.
I
I don't
used to
have
do
like
a
a
full
dedicated.
altar reset for every Sabbath. I
I did
used
that
to
too.
redo every. Now it's such a working altar for me
Yeah.
that there's no way. I have too much
No.
stuff going. I have stuff on there that I don't take off. Now I will take stuff down and wipe it again. I go through spring and autumn equinox. I usually do some sort of reset.
Yeah.
But I'll literally just like wipe it and put it back, like
Yeah.
just because I get
Yeah.
built up, you know, incense and stuff. And like I don't do an extreme amount. I'm definitely when the need arises, but I do love setting a tone, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah, I
So
think
like
maybe like a little bit of cleansing sometimes, a little bit of this is the time of year when I start to move things out. Like I did a declutter of my whole room. Like I went through all of my craft supplies, like my witchy stuff, like all my stuff and got ready for it. I mean, that was partly helped because we're going to a witchy flea market in October. Peggy and I are gonna have a table there. So I'll have like a plate, like rehome some decks, rehome some witchy supplies, some things that I'm not using anymore. Um, so that's kind of fun. But and
that's
I
fine.
did a big reset that way. Yeah, I feel like I'm more likely to do a fall. Like people talk about spring cleaning. I'm more likely to do a big reset like that in the fall.
Me too. That's usually my biggest reset time, like to the point where like Jacob knows it's coming when I'm like, I'm cleaning. Everything has to come out of this cabinet, this closet, this whatever. He's like, oh shit.
It'll be I'm gonna type this in a chat too, but it's the Witches Flea Market in Port Moody.
It sounds
In the so if you're in
awesome.
the area, it's like mid-October. I think it's October 18th. Peggy and I will have a table there. What month is it? There we go. Yeah, October 18th. I think it runs from like 4 to 7 or something like that. Or 3 to 7. So I think we'll be there from like 2 to 8 because so we set up and take down. But yeah, that'll be fun. Last time we had oh my god, I brought like all my like decks to be rehomed and stuff that like not my like rare ones, but like ones that like I
Right.
was sure and whatever. And like price them at flea market prices and put them on the table. And it was so fun. People coming by the table and chatting and like buying stuff and there was this one lady that kept coming back to our table and she would like do the thing I do at like a metaphysical store where she's like stacking them up and she's like, can you just hold this like pile for me? She just kept going through them and it was so fun. It was so fun. We had people circle
That's
back.
awesome.
Yeah,
I
I've got
love
2
that.
massive bins of decks and books going
Oh my
to the market
God.
this year. Yeah.
I'm so jealous. I would love to go walk around something like that. We have like
Yeah.
little bitty ones, but there's not like there's a few that I've seen and there's some around the area, but like some of the stuff that I've seen, it's like, oh, we're doing tarot readings and it's not tarot card. Like it's not tarot.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
like
Like
oracle or
Oracle.
affirmation cards and stuff like that and things like that. And I'm like, I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum and I'm not trying to be an asshole
No.
and I'm not trying to be like, that's not what that is. So like, I'm like, I'm just gonna
Do my own thing.
nah. I'm just gonna do my own thing. I'm just gonna, you know, kind of whatever. Just because like these are good people and they're doing what they love and they're doing, you know, stuff like that. It just doesn't always correspond with
Your
I'm
style.
like, it makes me sound like an asshole and I'm not, but
No,
that's
I get it.
exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Like I don't want to get in this deep conversation and make somebody feel like they're not doing something
Valid for what
correct.
they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like invalidate somebody else by coming in with a different set of knowledge and then making them feel less than. I don't ever want to do that. You
No, I
know?
totally get that. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it and I think that's the thing is kind of knowing the space. There's definitely like styles. Like I've noticed there are styles of like divination events or tarot events or like witchy events where it leans more in the, I guess, new agey side. I don't know how to kind of classify it. There's
Yeah.
like the new agey direction, and then there's like the witchier direction. And I definitely feel more cozy moving in the witchier direction, I guess, than
Me
in the
too.
new agey direction.
Me too.
And that's just a personal taste thing. And like, yeah, if you were there doing, I totally get what you mean. Like, it would definitely be awkward in certain circumstances for sure.
Yeah. And that's like just, it's stuff in general. And then like, I'm not going to go into like, I could go.
I know I could too.
But we're not going to do that because that's the whole thing. Like I that the long and short, but I do enjoy going and see, but like, I wish we had something a little bit bigger. Now I could go to New Orleans. I could go to do that kind of stuff, but even that is like a different level of.
That's its own thing too. Cause there's a whole
that's its own thing.
And,
yeah. And I love going into the shop. Like, I'll go talk to some of the shop owners. I found a new little space. We were just walking around. Two things I got to tell you all about. Okay, sorry. We're going to go into New Orleans because we just went. But found a new little shop. Was awesome. I walked in and they were super nice. They had all kinds of stuff. Some little it was like mass market. There's another shop that does have a lot of indie stuff, but he's a playing card shop. But I found this one, and she had really great like tarot selection and books and spells and stuff like that. There was a reader in the corner. She was so nice, so sweet. So I love like talking to people like that. But it's like you find so many different spaces in New Orleans, and then you go into the Conjure and this, that, and the other. So there's so many. Oh shit. Am I still here?
You're still here, at least on my side. Yeah, you got chopped for a split second, but you're fine.
Okay. So I love that. So I was able to find a new little shop. It was awesome. Some of the older ones are great. So it's always fun going into the different shops to see what they have and like what their vibe is.
Oh. Is it just me? Can y'all hear me actually when this happens? I don't know. I just assume we both stop. Oh, it's the Lisa show. You were fine, and then it was like no.
And then it went.
And then I froze because I'm like, oh, I must be frozen too. And then I'm like, wait, maybe I'm not frozen. I'm probably frozen to you, but not to everybody else.
Probably. Okay, so y'all are asking y'all. I don't remember the name of the shop. It's brand new. And we were literally walking down the street. I can't even remember. I know we were around Ursuline. We went down Toulouse. We were down. It's not down Royal. Maybe Ursuline. But I will tell you, it's right next door. So if you can Google or find this art gallery, it's a possum. Like she paints possums. I went in. She has all kind of possum swag. The most delightful. I didn't buy anything this time. We were literally walking. We were going to find something to eat, and I didn't want to carry it. We were there all day. So, but she has a full art gallery. It's like just her stuff. And I didn't get to meet her. She wasn't there, but everything is possum. And they're like next to each other. So like it's something possum, the happy possum or something. So there's a possum shop next to this witchy shop. So it was amazing. Bottom of the Teacup is great. Lapidary is great. There's Esoterica. And a couple other like Cajun, Crescent City Conjure. There's a few more. There's one, I'm not going to say which one it is because I'm not doing that, but there is one that I don't go into because I heard the owner speaking to someone incredibly rudely, and that's just not my thing.
You don't do that.
But it might be Possum Pals.
Wait, Sesame the Opossum?
Yes, Saint Sesame. Yes.
Okay, Sesame the Opossum is right next door to a place called Voodoo Spell.
Yeah, that might be it.
There you go. I just looked up possum shop in
Okay, they were on Royal. I literally said they're not on Royal. So it is on Royal. Is it on Royal?
Oh wait. Opossum Pals is something different. Oh, that's interesting.
No, this is it is Sesame. That's the name of the possum. She's a wildlife rehabilitator. And so she loves her possums. She raises them.
Oh my god.
But it is Sesame because they have little candles that are like Saint Sesame candles. So it's like the possum in like the religious garb with the spell candles. It's awesome.
Okay, because Voodoo Spell also looks like an awesome shop. Also, yeah,
Voodoo
this is on
Spell
Royal.
Might be it. Maybe we were on Royal. Maybe we were. We're always all over the place.
What a fun place to just wander around.
That's what we do. Jacob and I literally we get down like, you know, everybody's like, oh, you go to, you know, the French market, this, that, and the other. Right now, the French market ain't got shit in it. Yeah. There's like a quarter of the booths there because a lot of the stuff they had is all imported. So nobody's doing that right now. So, but you do see a lot more local artists, which is my jam.
Which should be the point.
It should be the point. It should be the point. But everybody wants a shirt that says New Orleans and, you know, stuff like that. So it's a lot of, yeah. Yeah, so there's always great things. But if I had to recommend, you park by the river and you just walk. You're going to hit Rampart. Okay. That'll be your cutoff. I mean, unless you want to keep going because you can, but like you'll hit Rampart eventually and just make the lines, man. Make the lines.
There's the river. Okay. Well, I'm counting on a tour when we get out there in the spring.
Yeah, we'll go for the day. We will wake up. Now listen, I'm gonna get y'all up early in the morning. And we're gonna go ride, and we're gonna ride down 90 so y'all can see the swamp. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna see the swamp. And then we're gonna go into New Orleans, and I'm going to tire you out the entire day. And then you can sleep in the car coming back home.
Okay. You don't want me sleeping in the car. I'm going to be snoring and making funny noises because I make funny noises.
I got a radio. We turn that radio up. It'll be fine.
Oh, it'll be fine. All right. Well, that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a good day. I'm looking forward.
We're going to have to make a day for sure. It's important because you gotta go see, like you can go down I-10, you'll see Baton Rouge, you'll see, you know, all that. I'm gonna take y'all down to the Atchafalaya Basin. Y'all gonna see that.
Can't wait.
If you go down 90, you get to you driving over swamp, you in the marshlands, you in Franklin and Morgan City, and you passing through all these old places, and it's easy to get there. It's a straight shot, so it's fun. It's fun to do that. But yeah, anyway. Beautiful and cheap crystals. Yeah, the lapidary is super cheap when it comes to their crystals. I get like my big chunks, y'all, like maybe $12 at max. Yeah, or at least this was a couple years ago. But like, I go over there. I go to the lapidary to get my chunks. Like, hands down, yes. And then New Orleans Playing Company. His name is Steven. He does. I want to see if it says the exact distributed by Custom Gamer. I'm trying to see if it says New Orleans Playing Card Company. He has a lot of indie stuff in his shop too.
Like tarot?
Like some tarot. He's got all like playing cards, obviously, all over the place, including the ones that he's created. This is one of the ones he's created, and he's about to come out. I'm waiting impatiently. We have Madame Lalaurie right here. But they're doing a New Orleans specific playing card deck, but he's got a lot of stuff. So if you're around New Orleans, go do that. I'm sorry. See, I'm hijacking.
I love this.
Everything.
I'm here for it. This is what I love this.
Okay.
This is the best.
I can't. I'm caught again. Am I caught again?
No, you look fine on my end.
Why? Okay.
Oh no. Are you back? Oh. You look fine on my end. Oh no.
Okay. I can't get the banner.
Oh, there she goes. So, have you ever been to Crescent City Conjure? I think she has. I think she's mentioned that one. We always hit the lapidary last so we don't have to carry it all through the corridor. I mean, that's super smart. So like how big, while Danny's working on coming back, how big is this area? Let's see. It looks like so there's the Mississippi River and there's the Cocoli French Quarter, it says. So it looks like it runs from like Canal Street. I don't know how big it is. I don't know how big it is, but it looks pretty big. We always hit, yeah. The only good thing in the French market is the food vendors. So is the French market, like, for anybody who's been, is the French market like a vendor market, like an outdoor market? And like I'm assuming it's like where you have tables and like individual like little vendors, kind of like a farmer's market, but like bigger. Is it like that? That's what I'm wondering. All right, well, I sent Danny the sweet potato recipe. Oh my goodness. Oh no, she's like out. She's just spinning. You have Day of the Dolls and Hellcats playing cards from that guy. I do not have very many playing card sets, but if I start using them more for divination, I would probably end up with a lot more. Yeah, let me show. You know what? While she's doing that, I'm going to show you guys the game that I'm going to play with Danny. If we can figure out the mail thing. Hold on, I'll show it to you since we're just waiting anyways. Okay, so it's called. Oh, I think I already put it. In a journal cover. So it's like a journaling game. Hold on, I'll show you. So it is called Dead Letter Society. And the premise, death doesn't mean you can't write back, is what it says. So it's a tarot-based game. And basically, the Dead Letter Society is like a society of vampires. So you make a character. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I was just showing them Dead Letter Society. Yay! If we can figure out the mail thing. But yeah, it's like basically like a vampire themed game. What do you need to play? You need 1 or 2 willing players, safety tools of your choice, a copy of the rules, a copy of the Dead Letter Society application form per player, and a place to record their changing assets, place to take personal notes, a way to exchange letters on paper, by post, email, or chat, a tarot deck that feels personal to you, or a way of generating random numbers. And I'm probably going to use a vampire deck because, of course, I am. But yeah. So we're going to play that together. But we got to figure out the mail thing. We could also scan the letters. No, I want to get the letters in.
No.
We could FedEx letters, but that could get crazy. I feel like that could get crazy. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way.
But maybe we could work on character creation or something while we wait for Canada. Maybe Canada Post will go back sooner than I think, but I feel like it's going to be the rest of the year. I don't know. I just have a bad feeling that it might be months. Yeah. Probably. So yeah. Anyway, that'll be fun. We'll be doing that. Mm-hmm. So your internet's back, hey?
Well, for now. If not, I'm going to get on my phone and we're just going to do it from there. So that's just what we're going to do next time because I'm done with this trash. And I'm hardwired in. So be that as it may, rural life, ridiculous. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I guess we'll go on to the next one because apparently it popped up. I couldn't get the banners to change. I couldn't get anything, but I think I got it now.
Oh, yeah, it is up there.
Okay. So now, okay. So the equinox invites us to reflect on balance at this time of year. How do you incorporate balance into your practice? And what about your life?
Oh, for my practices, I try to do, like, for me, I always think of light and dark here. I always think of like shadow and light because I feel like my default is to go to lean or sort of like, if I was like a flower and like positivity is like the sun, like I'm always turning my face like that direction. So I tend to lean more into working with, like, for example, like darker decks. At this time of year, things that are going to like help me poke at the shadow. We're going to be studying the Deviant Moon. This is the little mini. We're going to be studying the Deviant Moon in my membership. But like, so we're going to be doing a whole shadow thing for the next like 2 months with that. But like things like that, Deviant Moon, I tend to work with like darker themes and things. I tend to tackle heavier topics. I don't even know if balance is fair. It's instead of it being like each individual practice is balanced, it's like I don't know how to describe this. Like I move from being very like uplifting focused to like shadow confrontational focused. And it's funny because part of that is, I think for me anyways, inspired by like my time in the Sisterhood of Avalon, where there is a cycle you move throughout the year. And so this time of year is referred to as descent. And so at this time of year, you're descending, and then through the darkest part of the year, you're in confrontation, and then spring is emergence. And so there's this descent, confrontation, emergence cycle, and it keeps you sort of energetically, I think, doing all parts of the work. So I just sort of naturally move into that. I did that for years and years. So I just naturally kind of move into those phases. But life-wise, I feel like I become hyper aware of, for lack of a better way to express it, like work-life balance at this time of year. I become a lot more aware of where something or someone in my life is getting neglected. Me, my wife, like where I've been hyper focused, because I do have a tendency to tunnel vision, particularly when I have a lot on my plate. So I feel like this time of year I start to try to more intentionally create a better balance that way. But yeah, I feel like that's the main places it shows up. What about you?
I'm trying to think. I think there's a lot there. There is like a shift that happens. I think I tend to I almost want to say kind of, we were talking about like nesting. I have a tendency, I think, to kind of do that, to maybe balance out like personal spaces where, like, when it's light, when it's springtime, when it's summer, I feel like my focus is definitely outward, and it's like other people, it's, summertime, there's like all kinds of other things going on, very, very outward. Whereas, like, I think it's just like it's like it just balances the year out. So it just goes into a more like personal space. And then like I start paying attention to, what's in my space. Do I still want this in my space? So like I definitely balance out like my consumption this time of year. Like the things that I'm consuming, what I'm keeping, what I'm not keeping. It's very much like it's like magpie all year and then disperse it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I do that too.
In a weird way. And like, I've changed my consumption so drastically the past couple of years because of the way that my practice is kind of like, I wouldn't say, shifted. I mean, it's always shifting and moving, but like, I'm like honed in a little more. So it's like, where at first, sometimes, especially when you're like gathering and doing stuff, there can be a lot of noise. So I think I kind of toned down the volume. The balance is kind of like balancing the year out versus like individual things.
Yeah.
I think is the best way to do it. And I think I do it like all across the board, my physical space, my mental space, things like that. I do tend to go, I start to go a little darker, like I said, more towards winter. Right now, I get really nature based. I get very fae oriented in the fall because I feel like that's what really calls to me this time of year. It's like really getting kind of grounding in, almost like putting that seed in the ground to let it germinate over the winter. Like
time.
It's definitely, I feel like I ground more now in this season. And I think,
yeah, I feel like, it in the spring it's very like upward bursty energy, and in the fall it's very like settling
it's like settling in. It's like really putting your roots, digging it in, and just like enjoying it and corresponding with nature around. I think that's why I have a tendency to make like oils or even like incense pots for the day or whatever I'm doing, or that's the time where it's like not so much spell work, but utilizing the tones of the season and the things that correspond with the season more in my day-to-day to ground myself down. And I think a lot of that is because of the thinning of the veil. I know that once Samhain comes, things shift. Like things started to shift really early for me this year. Because like I'll always go through this thing where like back in the day, it was a lot worse where like middle of the night, I'd be waking up, sound like somebody's talking in my ear.
Oh boy.
Like
Yeah.
things like that. It started a little early this year where it was just like, I think I told you about that. Like, I'm like, smells will pass, or like things will start popping up, and like I'll start maybe hearing things, doing things. And it's like, I start to feel that veil kind of thinning where like, I have a tendency to draw. I don't know if you have a tendency to do that too. I think that's just an energetic thing, like draw people in and they like just want to tell you things. This time of year that gets higher. Yeah. It does intensify. Like I've had a lot more calls for me to treat people. So my Trita stuff. So like I've had an uptick in that. Which is interesting because this is the first like real space I've been in, like when people are really like starting to come, because it's, now a solidified part of my practice. But like, I'll have people calling and being like, I had this weird experience. This is what happened. Yeah. This is whatever. So like, I have a tendency, I think that's why the grounding is so important, because as it goes into Samhain, I think it intensifies a lot more for those people who like kind of go with that and like have that kind of mystical connection, or whatever. I feel like that always makes a difference too.
It makes a lot of sense that the grounding would be more needed too, because that can be, I think one thing that I think I'm just thinking about as I was listening to you was that I think something I notice at this time of year is there is no nice way to say this. I don't know how to describe it.
Just say
I'm more aware of like the energetic like hooks in me, I guess.
Yes.
At this time of year, like,
that's exactly.
Where's my energy being like
pulled or yanked
or pulled?
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe that, but I'm much more aware of that, and it gets kind of like I need to shake some of those things off. Like it feels a little bit like that. So definitely with veil thinning, I was having some veil thinning experiences a couple weeks back. We were talking about it. So I think things just kind of start cropping up, or I'm more aware of like energetic invasiveness is, I guess, the best way I know how to express it.
And speaking of that, me and Lisa, matter of fact, we're talking about and doing a lot of like protection stuff this time of year, which is normally not something that we really talk about and do a whole lot of. But like once things start popping up and it starts becoming like, okay, wait, I'm noticing this, you're noticing this, like then there's something, so I think it's very much like getting grounded and understanding the veiling and kind of preparing for that in whatever way feels right for, And
I think this year, for some reason, like I normally start getting into like more protective, banishy type work, that kind of stuff. Really like late October through November, I would say, is more the usual prime time for that for me. But I've definitely been feeling it early this year. So that's interesting, that like veil thinning early, the protective energy early, the banishing energy, the decluttering energy even a little early feels like this year. So it's super interesting.
I usually settle in October is like really where things really start to move and shift. But it was way early this year. And I was just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
It was like right before the equinox when things started to kick up. And I was like, this is usually like
later,
almost November, like this is some Samhain shit happening right before Magon. So it's very interesting how those shifts kind of come in and kind of force your balance. And I think sometimes the more you notice, like the more you pay attention, the more you notice. So like when things start popping up and you're like, better to be safe than sorry,
Allison, yes, it
feels
a bit more
primal.
That's a good descriptor. Yeah, it does for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, what's our next one? Okay. Perfect. Which tarot or oracle feels most like autumn to you, and how do you like to work with it at this time of year?
You said perfect, so I'm assuming you just got one ready to go.
No, I don't.
She got so excited. I'm like, wait, are you prepared?
No, I'm not prepared. Are you kidding me? No, but you were talking about the deviant art. So I was like, oh, perfect. We were kind of talking a little bit about that.
I was.
Actually, but I do have an idea.
Ironically, I would say Deviant Moon is definitely more of a late October to November deck for me. In fact, sometimes I save it for November. My
Same.
deck that I think feels the most like this time of year, I want to say Oak Ash
I
and
have
Thorn,
one. I
believe
have
it or
an
not.
oracle that I have in mind right away.
Okay, you share that while
So
I think.
you think I'll share this oracle first.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, this time of year, I always get really excited because that's when I want to see. Again, I said like nostalgia. This makes me feel this. And that's the Secrets of the Wandwood. There's something about this deck that just like brings me to a space. Matter of fact, I have this one set on my altar that popped out because I pulled it out early this year again. Come on. So it's like be more witchy.
That's so cute.
And so I have this up on my altar right now. But yeah, this I don't know, it brings in a whole vibe. And then there's of course always like look how beautiful she is. I do, like I said, a tendency to go towards nature-y decks this time of year. So I mean, of course, there's always like Druidcraft and Wildwood that have a tendency to come out this time of year. A big chunk of that.
Okay, wait. Okay, for sure this. Hold on. And then also this. Okay, this is what I'll say. Hold on, let me just hang my things back on the wall. There's a reason I have to declutter when I have decks sharing the same hook. Like that's not a good thing. Okay, so I have all the Three Trees decks. Well, I shouldn't say all. The Oak Ash and Thorn always feels a little odd to me, but honestly, this one.
Yes.
Thistledown. Yeah, Thistledown, I think, is such a cozy autumn vibe. But when it's like, how do I work with my decks different at this time of year? I definitely want to do more journaling. Again, slower practice, more sitting with things. This one is like, oh, this makes me want to pull this out like right away and just play with just this. Like,
I love the Heartwood. It's one of my absolute favorites.
What did I call it? Did I call it Thistledown? Oh my gosh. No, this is Heartwood. You're right. Thank you. Thistledown is a little
I didn't even notice. I wasn't even paying attention.
Nope, but thank you for saying it because no, this is Heartwood. Yeah, this feels so like the cozy cottage, late summer, early autumn kind of vibe here for sure. Like you've got little bits of sun kind of peeking in the windows. It feels like that. Looks like the sun is sitting low in the sky. Oh my god, this is so freaking. I need to spend more time with this. So this one, I like.
Yeah, I like early fall, like Mabon stuff. It's like I still want to see. I want to see the remnants. I think that's why I go towards Fate energy. I want to see the diminishing of summer and start of fall. You know, somebody had said, you know, they wait for spooky stuff in October. Absolutely, I wait towards Samhain to get like really dark stuff. Yeah, I want that like crispy, crunchy leaf feel. Oh.
Wait, do you have this one?
I don't have either one of those.
Or this one? I feel like you would like these. So these are both by the same artist, Tarn Ellis. I think she's got another deck coming out. This is such a, like the vibes of this are very like, this is very much this time of year also. It's very grounded. It's very earthy, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
I love that one. Yeah, this one's really, really beautiful. I don't see a lot of people talking about this, but I think this is just such a great deck. And the Oracle deck is really, I should really repurchase the Oracle deck at some point because I've got like one card that doesn't match. But like, it just seems wasteful, but like, it just drives me crazy. But yeah, there's one card that's like bigger than the rest. And it like, like it's like that. What is that infuriating thing? I don't know if you can tell, but you can see it sticking up. It's just the one card. It's right there. Oh, it drives me crazy. Anyway. But this one is like the divine feminine showing up like literally in nature. Like she is
I'm
the
ready.
island. Just
Yeah.
I love this.
Again, that Samhain energy, I'm like waiting because I want a dark goddess energy just
Cave
like
of
swirled
Struggle.
in, you know,
Yeah.
to everything in that thing.
Yeah.
But another one that it made me think of that's very much autumn, because I feel like everything, well, a lot of the stuff that Julia does has a fae vibe, but the witch sisters.
Yeah.
The witch sisters and I used to have the hidden realm. I did let go of the hidden realm.
I went the other way
Because
around. I let go of Witch Sister.
did you? I like the witch sister. I've worked with it a few times. But it's definitely something that I want to continue to do because, like, again,
Yeah.
we still see it's like almost like remnants of summer, but then
Yeah.
that spark of fall.
Yeah, that's got
Really
a lot of
do.
that primal energy we were just talking about too, though.
Primal energy. Yeah. It's like
Mhm.
it wants to creep in. It's that start. So I love that.
Yeah.
Candle in the Cave is really good. I haven't pulled that one out in a hot minute. And like I kind of want to, like, now that I see them, like, oh, that's true. That would be a really good one to kind of
Mhm.
start those vibes, kind of do those transitional vibes, especially because it's very spacious. Do you have that one
Yeah.
still, Lisa?
Which one? Which one?
The Candle in the Cave.
No.
Hold on.
I think my copy went to Dawn.
Your copy went to Dawn?
I think so, yeah.
Mine
No, I
is
don't have that one.
here.
That one's totally this time of year for sure.
Yeah, it's very spacious,
That
but
folk
muted.
arty fairy tale kind of vibe also works really good at this time of year, I think.
Yes, yes. Somebody had said something about like Forest of the Enchantment. Very much so, those vibes.
Yeah, I tend to move into like decks like Forest of Enchantment, Fairy Tale Tarot. When I had it, the Divine, I forget what it's called, the Yoshi one. I tend to do those like around December time. I don't know. I'm really drawn to like working with story decks in December, so I tend to use them around that time of year, December, January. But man, that folksy one, that Candle in the Cave is really good this time of year. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I really love that. It's got some good vibes. And then of course I pull out my Seasons of the Witch, my Mabon, because I don't have them all. I have like Mabon, Samhain, and Yule,
Yeah.
and I think Beltane. So maybe I have 4.
That's
I
pretty
don't
good.
only
It's
have
like
3.
half
No,
of
I
them.
have 4. Yeah, because I have Yule, I have Mabon, I have Samhain, and I have Beltane because I hated it. That's why I stopped buying it. And I still hated it. I don't hate it. But
We know what you mean.
y'all know what I'm talking about. So
Yeah,
so those are kind of like where my thing goes. But I think classically, Druidcraft and Wildwood comes out this time of year every year, basically. Like, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's valid. That's totally valid.
All right. So, what does harvest mean to you? And what can you say that you're harvesting in your practice right now?
For me, harvest is like more like a gratitude practice, like an abundance practice. It's like recognizing your blessings. That's kind of how I see it. I also see a lot of the like 9 of Pentacles, like fruits of your labor sort of thing around this time of year. I think I've been working actively on more of like an active gratitude practice year round. So I don't know if I'm moving more into that at this time of year or not. I feel like that reflective thing is where I'm at. Harvesting in general, though, I feel like I'm more likely, this is kind of an offbeat thing, but I feel like I'm more likely to notice my own growth at this time of year. Like I don't know what happens, but I always feel like all around me in my life, I find examples of like, look how far you've come kind of
Reflection.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
kind of like
you're not that
reflecting on
person
the year.
anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's that. And I also think, I mean, I've got that kind of on my mind in general, anyways, with my decks being en route and like for my latest project and like trying to work on the next project. And I have that kind of energy too. It feels more like the energy is coming toward than pushing away right now. Earlier, you said it feels more inward than outward or inward expressing the energy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, I feel like that's a big thing. I'm trying to think, but yeah, that's all that comes to mind at the moment. What about you?
Um, I think for me, harvest sort of feels like uh settling in and like kind of coming together. And I think that's
Mm,
because like throughout the years, like, you know, when I was young, we actually did harvest, you know, we
mhm.
had, especially with my grandpa and stuff like that, you know, we had a whole field full of corn, you know, so everybody would come together and we would literally harvest, and then you'd sit
Yeah.
with each other and you chit chat while you shucking corn and you taking it off the cob and you doing all this stuff, you know, like you really did kind of gather. And I feel like it's kind of the same this time of year. I feel like it's one of those things where I feel like I'm incorporating more time. I think you kind of talked about this too, like paying attention to who's important in your life and like what's important, and really trying to hone in on almost like making the most of this time. And like I said, I love like this time of year, I really love being outside. I really love doing stuff. So like I want to gather with friends. I want to cook for friends. I want to
Mhm.
have those conversations, and I want to, you know, have that interaction, and I guess like that gratitude, that sharing. See, for me, it's almost
Yeah.
like it makes me think of kind of like the Six of Pentacles and the Seven, where like you're
Yeah.
harvesting, but also you have that give and take where you share and
Oh, I
you
love that.
incorporate others in. And I'm not always awesome at that, because
Mhm.
I just personality wise, Lisa can attest. Like
Yes, I'll do it myself.
I am a hermit crab, baby. I'm a
Yeah.
hermit crab. So I definitely do notice that kind of shift, you know. Now my
Yeah.
social battery runs out
Real quick.
pretty fast sometimes. But
Same.
at the same time, like it's those like rich moments
Like
that I
depth
really,
instead of it's like deeper instead of broader, maybe?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's more condensed and deeper. Again,
Yeah.
it's like it's the people that you would bring in to actually help you harvest versus just
Mhm.
like a free for all where you're like, you know, these
Yeah.
are the core people that you want to spend this time with, because it is an important time, and it's a gathering, and it's a people being in your space a little differently. So I think
Mhm.
that's kind of what it feels like to me, if that makes any sense.
I think that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. And I think it's really aligned with the season when you think about the way that that nature moves. It's like there's all this abundance, there's canning, there's sharing, there's cooking. It's a very gathery time of year. I mean, I
Hmm.
think all my stuff is very like shrunk down just because I have such a small in-person social network. Like I don't have family, I don't have like, you know what I mean? So as
Yeah,
far as like that goes, but definitely more connection, I think is probably a good way to express that energy. And I think I share that for sure. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that was a good question.
That was a good question. Look at us go.
Okay, so
Oh
what
boy.
is a what is an autumnal tradition or ritual that you're looking forward to this season?
Mm.
That was the two. Oh, I found it. And then how does release
Ah!
play into your life as you move through autumn? That was the two that
There we found it. That's okay. We can do
I found
both.
it. We can do both.
Um, okay, so tradition or ritual around this time of year. Probably I really like getting together with like family here and just having a meal. Like we have our
Mhm.
Canadian Thanksgiving in October. So I look forward to that around this time of year every year. It always feels too early because I'm from the
Yeah,
States growing up,
I
but yeah,
know.
it's soon. It's like a couple weeks away, I think. So I look I know it's so weird before Halloween. It trips me out every year. But I really look forward to that. Shared meals, like going out to eat more with people. I feel like I look forward to that kind of thing. Um Ritual, man, I don't know. I don't feel like I have anything in that regard kind of planned this year. So nothing comes to mind that way. And I feel like I answered the release question earlier because I feel like I just get in a decluttering mood
Yeah.
this time of year.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of how that plays in. but yeah, I'm struggling to think of like a real tradition. I used to rest on a lot of traditions like growing up, like just things that we did just like clockwork. Oh, pumpkin patch. Actually, I do have one. My favorite thing is going for a drive and looking for fall colors on leaves. That's like my favorite thing. Peggy and I will usually we've gone on quite long drives before to do that, but I grew up around evergreen trees like everywhere. But up here there's some really long beautiful drives you can do where we have deciduous forests so you can see just colors. I would love to do that again this year. We haven't done that, I think, last couple years. Really gone for the really long drive. I'd love to do that. But yeah, that's probably the thing I look most forward to, is seeing all the changing colors, truly, and like
Oh,
going
that is
hunting for
cool.
them. Yeah.
Jacob and I, our anniversary is in November. So
Yeah.
we often like to go on trips then, and then like we usually like to go to places where we could see the change of the leaves, you know, like 'cause
Yeah.
we have it here, don't get me wrong, but like everything just dies like that. And
Yeah, that's valid.
it's not always in tune with the seasons. You know, people who are from really tropical or really, you know, cold climates, it's like, you know, everybody knows the different spaces. Like you don't always see all 4 seasons.
Oh,
I
I've never
think,
had boiled peanuts. Sorry, Magical Mundane just said boiled peanuts. I've never had boiled
okay,
peanuts.
I never had it either, but Jacob's family's from North Louisiana, which is like a whole different world, you guys. Like it's not the
Oh,
same. Like it's
oh,
not the same. Like
okay.
South Louisiana and North Louisiana, even probably more East Louisiana, is not the same as South Central. You know, whatever. It's not the same. So there's a lot of differences when it comes to stuff like that. They do that up there more so than I've never seen it down here.
Do they get soft? I have so many questions.
Yeah, I think so. Jacob said they're delicious. His aunt
Oh,
is like a fan. They get like cans of it or whatever. I don't know. But a lot of people love that. It sounds great. All I can think is like putting that in a crawfish bowl, but that's just my own reference of like what I would boil peanuts in, I guess. I don't know. But that sounds amazing.
sorry, I
Canned
totally
frozen or
derailed
thawed.
you.
No, you're all good. Oh, riverboat trips. Oh man. Oh, baking, man. I do love baking. Baking pies, cookies. My granny was the girl, that was the bacon queen right there. You walk in, she had her pie crust being rolled out. She was pushing things in there, cutting up them apples and pears, and oh, that was my favorite.
Yeah.
But anyway, um, um, traditions and stuff. I think honestly, we usually try to do some sort of trip. We'll go riding, like we kind of do kind of the same thing. Like we go for rides or we go have a little trip
The
and stuff
drives.
because Lennon's birthday is in October, early October. So always around that type of year, it's like, well, let's go maybe, you know, they have this one place we went to last year that I would love to actually kind of make a tradition, which was kind of like a pumpkin patch, but it was like, you do all kinds of stuff there. Like she did, like they have like blocks of, I guess like sand and stuff that's full of crystals. So they get to go and do the mining, and then you get to keep all your
Oh,
bag of crystals and stuff
that's
like that.
cute.
You go on a hayride. But a lot of stuff like definitely hayrides is something that I wish they had more of. When I was little, I feel like there was a lot more of that.
Or corn
And then
mazes.
like yeah. We
Yeah.
for us it was trail rides and hay, we call them hay rides, because you'd put
Yeah.
all in your trailer, you just pile it with the bales of hay and you do that. That was my favorite thing. I'm so derailed today. Jacob and I
That's
were
okay.
talking
Do
about
it.
that the other day. I was talking about how I used to love getting on the tractor and helping bale some hay, or we'd have these big strips of land next to our property that my grandpa would always like talk to the guy. We'd get all the hay from the side. So we would cut, fluff, dry, and then make the big bales of hay. And then we'd go and
Oh,
we'd put
fun.
it all in the barn. So there's like a smell to it. Like I wish like sometimes I just like I wish I could still do that, like
Yeah.
because it was such a such a vibe.
That is a vibe.
But I think doing more stuff like that, I'd like to find something similar, like maybe find, or create that kind of like going to these like pumpkin patches and doing this, that, and the other. It's like sometimes it's hard when it doesn't feel quite like fall. But we definitely usually like take trips. We go ride, we put the top down. It's starting to feel good. You know what I mean? So we have
Yeah. It's like the weather's not too hot and muggy, so you want to be out,
yeah,
like getting that crisper air. And I have a
yeah.
practical question about hay rides, just out of
Okay.
curiosity. So is it like a truck with a bunch of bales of hay and people like sit on the hay? Like what is the hay
So
doing?
it's or the truck or the trailer. I mean, truck or the tractor. And then for us, we would hook up a flatbed trailer.
Okay.
That has like a little bit of a size, and then you put your hay bales, your square hay bales, not the big round ones. So the square hay bales all the way around. And so you sit on the bales of hay, and then they bring you for a little ride.
And nobody falls out.
Nobody falls out. We also have we also have a lot of people do that. We have our homecoming. And so the whole city, I say we was a village until like a year ago. Okay.
Right.
I think now we're considered a town. Okay.
Progress.
So progress. I don't like it. I want a village back, but that's just me.
Valid.
But the whole town kind of shuts down in front of like the elementary school and stuff like that, because people will pile the hay and get all the trailers and stuff. And we have our homecoming parade. Of all the people. So it's like a normal thing that we do. But I mean, you're also talking about the same people who like put trailers and call it a Mardi Gras float. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like,
yeah,
that's just what we do. Yeah, we're not going fast. Yeah, they don't go fast at all, because we got to think a lot of times if you're doing something like that, you're either in a certain place, so you're going maybe look at something, or you're doing like little parades or whatever. So like, kids are everywhere. You throw in candy and,
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So it's really
That's kind of what I pictured.
Yeah.
Let's boycott. Give Danny back her village. GTFO. Danny wants her village back.
I am such an old fuddy-duddy. The older I get, I'm like, look at all this shit. We don't need another subdivision. We don't need no more convenience stores. We don't need all this shit. I'm so ornery.
Oh my God. Afton just had a recipe for risotto.
It's because we talked about it. We talked about it. Now everyone's going to start getting.
Yep.
Oh, apple orchards. I've never been to an apple orchard.
Have you ever been able to go pick your own pumpkin? Like from a pumpkin patch?
I mean, not in an actual thing. Like they just had the pumpkins and you just go and grab it.
Oh, yeah. That's a neat experience to go. Peggy, once we drove, because that's the past tense, just so you know, of drove is you drove.
I mean, anyway, we drove over there.
Yeah. But we went past, we go up into the mountains where all the colors are really beautiful. We go past Whistler, which is the ski resort, at the right time of year before the snow comes, right? And there's a place just beyond Whistler. I forget what it's called. And they have a big pumpkin patch. And it's just, so the drive there is beautiful. Then you get to go pick your pumpkin. And we've done that, I think, twice in the last like 20 years. So we haven't made it like every year or anything, but I would love to do that again if the weather cooperated. Yeah.
I think that's one of the things, like the older I get, the more I'm like, we should start a tradition to do this more so than just like on a whim, like make it a point.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of forget all that. I think it's because everybody's so busy, but I think even Jacob and we've started talking about stuff and shifting that energy where we're trying to slow it down now. Yeah. It's like, I think you spend so much of your youth trying to speed everything up.
Yeah.
And now that we have all this technology and all this stuff that's so distracting, always in our faces, it's like, how do we slow everything back down?
Yeah.
So I like that idea. Release, I don't know. Let me see. As far as release, how does release play into, again, yeah, I think we did kind of talk about that, because I talked about how I'm constantly like, I'm going through everything. I'm resetting my spaces. I think that's how I really release, is like I clean out, that disentangle the energy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So our last one.
Okay, I don't
Our
remember.
last one. Are there certain cards or themes that seem to show up for you more during the fall?
I think the theme that shows up, I don't know that I never necessarily have ever, I've tried card tracking and I've never really noticed a significant enough trend to really track that. But I will say that thematically, I find myself noticing death themes more as we move into the fall.
Mhm.
Probably more later fall, if I'm being real. I think that's more like into October. But that
Right.
shedding, transformation, release, snakes, snake symbology, I feel like shows up. I know, I'm sorry, but it shows up a lot more for me at this time of year. But yeah, this almost like it's almost like energetic molting. I don't know how else to describe that, but there's kind of that.
Yeah.
Those kinds of themes. Like, what do you release so you can let more in? Like, where do you need to shed? So that shedding, releasing, deathy kind of vibe. I feel like those are the themes that I tend to notice or be drawn to the most at this
Mhm.
time of year, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Like even just talking about like our garden and stuff. Like I was saying, I was going to pull out my basil and kind of harvest a couple of things. It's like a pulling out a reset, transforming
Reset.
something into something new. So I
Yeah.
definitely feel that for sure. Um, Certain cards, I'm the same way. Like I only notice cards when it's like blatantly obvious that something is like feels like it's following
Stalking you.
me.
Yeah.
Like stalking me is when I usually the only time I really notice that. um I do find theme wise, as crazy as it is, I feel like, again, I was talking about like gathering or whatever, like I find that I'm
Yeah.
reached out to more
Yeah.
like this time
You're
of year.
needed more,
I guess
maybe.
it's like
You're
a
needed
weird,
more.
yeah.
Yeah.
um I don't know. I think I really agree with the shedding because it does in every which way. Like I'm thinking about my art, you know, my spaces,
Yeah.
my you know, things at home, things when I work, things with friends, things with people I don't know. There is a lot of shedding this time of year and like rearranging.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. It feels also themes around cycle. I feel like is prevalent this time of year. Like I think actually more so, much more so even than spring. This is when I really feel the wheel turn energetically.
Agreed.
Because spring I can
Agreed.
feel like the brightening. I feel energy like lifting, but it doesn't feel like
Yeah,
that turn or that rotation the way that it does
you
at this time
are
of year.
spot on. That is
Yeah.
so true. I
Yeah.
don't feel the turn of the wheel until fall.
Fall.
Like
Yeah.
it's so strange that you said that. That is so true. Like
Yeah.
energetically, this is the main time where I really do feel like I'm marching into something different.
Yep. Yep.
And it could be
Uh
again different climates, different you know places that people live and stuff. I'm sure it's a little bit different.
yeah.
But I think like for so much of the year everything is very much the same, you
Yeah.
know where I am. And like right now is when you really start to feel it because you see the sun start to really creep down and you start to feel
Yeah.
the difference in the air and you start like the ground feels different and the air smells different but it's like it
Yep.
doesn't do that in particular in the
Yeah.
same way for any other season, even though in the spring there's nothing but bright greens. In the summer it is like a baking heat, but there's like humid and it's very watery here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
summertime, like there is that difference, but there's something about this. You're absolutely right, where you can actually feel the wheel turn this time of year. At least,
Yeah.
that's
I think it's
true.
partly the two things. I think it's that the shift from summer to fall. Okay, like shifting from winter to spring, it's like you're at least here, it's like is the weather warming? Is it not? And it feels like it kind of does this bouncy
Wavering.
thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
it like little warmer, little colder, little warmer, little colder. Can't make up its mind. But I feel like in fall, it's like one day summer, one day fall. It's weird. It's like it feels like it just once you feel the shift and that
It
temperature
just
drops and the sun drops and like the colors start to change, it's like suddenly you're just like, oh, here it is. And it feels more like a distinctive season change. But I agree with you. I think it depends on where you live and what your climate's like. For some, if you're, I can imagine that if you are in an area that says snow all winter, and then that snow starts to melt and the grass starts popping up, that could feel really distinctive too. But I don't have
I
that
bet it
experience where I
does.
live. You
I
know,
don't either.
we get maybe a little snow in like December, January, and then the rest is just kind of murky, and then
Now,
slowly kind of starts to recover. Yeah.
that's so true. Like the only time I really experienced that is when I spent a year in Colorado. I really experienced seasons differently. Because, like in
Yeah.
Texas, it was different. Yeah, don't get me wrong, especially because we were in North Texas. So, like, it was very hot, but it was very dry. There was different like you could feel the difference a little bit more, but it was quite similar. I would say we did
Yeah.
get a little bit of snow, but it didn't feel as different as it did when we were in Colorado for the year. Me even more so. Jacob was only there half the year, where I experienced the full year there, and so it was really interesting to see the emergence of spring in that way. But I will
Yeah.
say it still, I
Not like
really
fall.
felt the shift at the end of summer, early fall. I really did. And I think,
Yeah.
again, because I never considered myself to be an outdoorsy person, but like just looking back, I'm like, maybe I am, because like I never stayed inside. When I was in Colorado, I would wake up in the morning, bring my dog out, go sit out in the courtyard. And then I would go do some stuff at like the courthouse or the title plant. And then I would go work outside. And then I
Yeah.
would go back in, grab my dog, we'd go for a hike. And then we'd come
Yeah.
back in, and then I'd have something to eat, and then I'd go back outside until late at night. I would hang
Oh,
out, in the courtyard with some friends and stuff. I would read my book and, stuff like that. So I wanted to eat up this weather. It wasn't something I was ever used to. And like, I never wanted to go inside because I wanted to feel this. I wanted to experience that. And it's
yeah.
like, I think going through those motions, it's like, I did experience a very different climate in that year. And I was able to experience the seasons on a different level, but there is nothing like that shift in late summer, early fall.
Yeah. It's so, I think also there's something about fall coming in that brings this feeling of freshness. I don't know how to describe that. Like spring doesn't feel fresh to me the way fall feels. It's almost
No,
like,
I
and I
think
think
it's
I wonder if
crispy.
part of it, yeah, it's like crispy, but also like we always get one it feels like we always get like one distinctive windstorm. And you can't tell me this is not like nature being intentional, but like it always feels like, so the fall leaves start happening, the leaves start falling. And then you know how you get to that point in the late winter where, um, or at least here we have at the late winter, we still have like leaves clinging, like they're dead, but they're just still stuck, or they're like whatever. And then it's like we get one distinctive like windstorm, and it rips the last leaves off the trees, and it like we get and I hate windstorms, okay, don't get me wrong, but there's something about that stripped bare, swept through, like blow, like taking a freaking leaf blower, if
A
you can
leaf
imagine, like
blower.
taking a leaf blower to the inside of your house or something and just like clearing out all the stale energy. I feel like that's part of what happens in the fall. It's like the winds come and the crisper air and everything gets cleaner and fresher
And
somehow.
thinking about that, it also feels like, we have our hurricane season, and it's like when we have those late storms, that is what it feels like. This
Yeah.
is the last breath of summer, literal
Yeah.
breath of summer
Yeah.
that sweeps through and says like, we're done,
Yeah.
Now when it happens early in the season, not so much, but it's those later ones. And like, I feel like those are the ones that kind of stick in my mind.
Almost like mini
Are those
towers. Like if you think about it. almost like mini towers. Yeah. Like it
Yeah.
brings things crumbling down so that we can like maybe spend the winter figuring out what needs to be rebuilt, regrown, started over. It's like an energetic tower almost in the fall. I wonder if that's
Yeah.
part of why I love it so much. Yeah,
I think that's
Helen,
true.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah. There is
Yeah.
a simplicity to it, you know. It's kind of, again, like we were talking about, like harvest and reaping and, you know, this, that, and the other. And it's true. It's like it brings that freshness. It feels like a clean out.
Yeah. No, it
You
absolutely
know,
does. Yeah,
like
Barb, legit
brushing
is
out.
spider season here. It's totally spider season. They're everywhere.
Okay. Speaking of that, Barb, thank you, with the spiders weaving. I'm gonna put that up so people can see what I'm talking about. My sister-in-law, I
Uh-oh.
get a Snapchat. It was like day before yesterday or whatever. I was like, girl, I understand your pain now. And she like zooms in behind their house. They have this pole, like utility pole that has like the light on it, whatever.
Yeah.
Because we're pretty far back from the road. So we have a few like on their yard and our yard or whatever. Up there, those big banana spiders. I call them a banana spider. What are they actually called?
Wolf spiders?
Maybe. It's in the bestiary. Golden orb weavers, maybe so. Maybe so. We call them banana spiders because they're huge and they have that bright yellow on their backs and they do those weird like weave things.
She's about to
I think
traumatize us with spiders, y'all. I'm just letting you
I
know.
hate spiders.
Same.
I had a full panic attack. First panic attack I ever had was because of a spider. So,
Oh
you know,
no. That sucks.
it was not fun. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. Anyway,
Yeah.
she sent me that and she was like, "Oh hell no. Not having it," because it had propped itself up on that thing and had made a huge web. It was ginormous. Hold
Oh
on.
my gosh. Oh, they make super strong webs. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen
I've
one of those
ran
in
into one
person.
before. You'll never get it off.
Oh my god, really? That's ugh.
Zigzag spider is what they called it here.
Oh. Yeah, I've never seen one of those. I'm not going to Google it.
Don't Google it.
No.
I had Big Mama that came and put her web right on the side of my shop last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm going to let you stay there because I'm not going to touch you. If you move when I come over here, I'm not going in my shop at all. Like they're huge. They're gross. They're big. They're intimidating. I don't like them at all. When I was young, we had rabbits. And so along my dad's shop, we had like our row of rabbits, whatever. And they loved to go from the shop down to the rabbit cage and build these huge webs.
No.
And just sit there
Lurk.
staring at you.
No. That's a no, ma'am. No, thank you.
Hate it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So
Okay,
yeah,
well,
no bueno when it comes to spider season.
No. But it's like clockwork though. It's every early fall. As soon as
It's love bugs. We had that conversation. Those are the black bugs that stick together.
That's right.
Matter of fact, we were on our way to New Orleans and we ran into the first wave of love bugs, and it was just like destroys your vehicle because they come in clusters, and they're awful.
I just don't like bugs.
They don't harm anything. They don't hurt you. They don't bite you. They don't do anything but multiply and ruin paint.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Y'all started seeing love bugs last week? Yeah.
I shouldn't have Googled
that. Yeah, they're big.
Why did I Google that?
They're like big.
Don't Google it. Yeah. No. I have gotten a little bit more chill with like small little harmless ones. but I still don't want a web touching me. No. What makes Nookie on you? The love bugs? No, thank you. No.
Yeah, the love bugs. Well, they're stuck together. You don't have a choice.
Okay. Well,
Lisa looks horrified.
I keep blocking it out. She's told me about them before, and I can't.
I have. I've told her about them before. Yeah. But I guess it's just like a thing. It's just, what time it is when you got love bugs everywhere.
That's a no for me. No. So, okay, I need to know what bugs to be concerned about in April. What are the April bugs? Are we pretty clear?
Nothing in particular, I don't think, really.
Okay.
Because June bugs don't come out until later in the summer.
Good.
Love bug. Well, sometimes we have love bugs early, don't we? I don't know, but I know for sure they're always in the fall. Love bugs come in the fall for the most part. Mosquitoes normally come out. I mean, we always have mosquitoes, but they get really bad more towards like June.
Okay.
Before it's like can't handle. Like right now, still we're fighting mosquitoes. No matter how much you spray, no matter how much, you always fight mosquitoes. But other than that, I don't think we really have all that much. I mean, we always have bugs because Louisiana, but around April, I think that's probably why we discuss this. Like, that's probably your best bet. It's not all that humid. There's not the bugs as much.
We're not risking hurricanes.
We're not risking a hurricane, and we're a little past Mardi Gras. So,
yeah,
all those things like slot into like April, May.
Yeah.
That's
why. That's
but I think you will be in on if you're able, it will be crawfish season.
Ooh.
So
what if I hate them? Will you like unfriend me?
No, I won't unfriend you. I'll be sad, but I won't unfriend you.
I bet we'll like them.
Because I'm really picky about seafood. Like I am one of those people that people are like, how you were raised over here? Because I'm not really gonna eat etouffee. I'm not gonna eat seafood gumbo. I'm not. That's muddy water. I'm not eating it. No. Gross.
Fair.
I don't like
our crawfish
seafood
like
in a gravy is not me.
How do they combine or how do they compare to like the flavor of like say shrimp?
Similar. I would say a little no, I was gonna say a little more fishy than shrimp, but that's not true because I find sometimes shrimp is fishy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know they're not as sweet as a lobster.
Okay.
Sure, if you get them seasoned good, anything is possible.
That's true.
I don't know. It's like it's all about like for us, it's like it's all about the seasoning. It's all about what you cook them in. You know what I'm saying? Like
true,
it can change the flavor. So you want to have someplace that we got good seasoning and good sides, and always for me, if you don't have a dip with your crawfish, like what are you doing? What are you doing? You got to have some crawfish dip.
What's crawfish?
You ever heard of crawfish dip? Some people call it a little different. It is what we do. You put your mayo, your ketchup. Some people put mustard. Okay. And then you put some Cajun powder, which is like a garlic sauce. You put your hot sauces in there. So you get, whether you want Tabasco. I'm going to be controversial and say like Tabasco ain't even it. It's not. It's good, yeah. But I like a vinegary hot sauce. So I like a Louisiana hot sauce. Or like even Crystal's is okay. But like Louisiana hot sauce, I like that. I like that meat. But you got to have your Cajun powder because that garlic sauce really sets everything off. Some people put Worcestershire sauce in it.
Okay. It's like a creamier dip.
Yeah, it's like a mayo-based dip. Like
Got
a
it.
remoulade.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people
Yeah.
call things like a Russian dip. I don't know. I'm not really sure. That's some crawfish dip over here. That's what we call it.
All right.
You can make some crawfish dip.
All right.
Yeah. And then you can season that. See, and like we don't do the old, like there's Old Bay seasoning, but that's like a
I know.
totally different vibe. If you've had Old Bay,
Yeah.
that's kind of that's different than the boils and the seafood seasoning that we have here.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit different.
I'm just excited to try it. I don't care. Just excited to try it.
I'm really excited. Barbara's like, it's like eating bugs.
Wait, eating crawfish is like eating bugs? No, why would it be like eating bugs?
I mean,
Why would it be like eating
technically.
bugs? What do you mean?
Well, because if you look at a crawfish, if you look at a crawfish, it's like a sea bug.
Excuse me?
Technically.
What do you mean technically?
Okay. I mean, like if you think about it, it's got the exoskeleton.
Okay,
right?
Comparing it to
it's got all the.
Is it more like a shrimp than it is like an insect?
Say that again.
Is it more like a shrimp than it is like an insect?
Sure.
She said sure.
It's got a harder shell.
Hold on. Oh, hold on.
Yes.
Crawfish versus
Jennifer
shrimp.
said Old Bay. Okay, so a shrimp is a very much soft shell. Like it's a softer shell. Like a crawfish, you gotta pop that shell off.
What do you mean? Is it like a crab shell? I mean, like not a crab shell, like a clam shell?
No.
Like hard?
It's not like clams or oysters. Like it's a crustacean though. Yeah, it's like a crab.
Oh,
you ever had you have crab legs?
I was getting real concerned. I was getting really worried.
No, it's kind of like a crab. Like it's kind of like that consistency. Only you don't need a cracker, like
yeah, you don't need
a shell cracker. No, you pop the tail off. We're gonna have a whole thing, y'all.
It was freaking me out.
If I can get Lisa to eat crawfish, I will film it for you guys. I will show her how to open a crawfish. I will show her how to eat a crawfish. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
And I won't. I mean, I hope it. Like some people get grossed out. Even some people down here don't do the head. Like I don't suck on the head. Like that's not a thing for me. But because I grew up with my grandma, you put your finger in there and you grab everything that's in there. Yeah.
I'm not sure about the crawfish brains. We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see on the crawfish brains. I've not been able to.
You don't have to do that part.
Head. Okay, because I haven't been able to do.
You don't have to do that part.
But my son likes the crab. He likes the crab brains. I don't know. He likes the crab guts or whatever. I don't know. He said those are good. So I'm sure they taste fine.
Listen,
but like I don't know if
they taste good. Everything.
Tomorrow's like fish brains. Yeah.
Oh, I'm missing it.
Isn't it more like a little lobster than a shrimp? That would make sense, but it probably doesn't taste like a little lobster, right? Because lobster's sweet. So I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, it's like you. The easiest thing is like you can have the claws if they're big enough. You can pop your claws off, and then you have the tail. You don't have to go any further than that.
Fair.
But
oh, there's claws.
It's fun stuff. Now I will crab. Like I love going crabbing. Yeah, I love going crabbing. It was like one of my favorite things to do. But I don't like eating crabs very much. Not that I don't like the taste. I love crab.
Oh,
I just don't like cleaning crab. It's complicated.
It is a pain in the ass. Yeah. Peggy and I we got crab and we like literally laid out like a big. Oh no, we lost Danny again. But I laid out a big cloth. We laid out a big cloth, and we literally like had like a living room picnic, and we had like rinsey cloths everywhere, and we just made a big ass mess. It was actually really fun. I would 10 out of 10 recommend doing it again. Oh, there she is. Hi. I was just talking about Peggy and I had a crab carpet picnic once. We laid out a big blanket and we had crab, and then we like sat on the floor and just like made just a big ass mess.
Oh my God. See, we usually we bring out the tables, and if you don't have newspaper, you get the vinyl cover for your tables, and you put everything in the middle, and you have your little trash cans, and you just go to town. You don't wear good clothes because you're gonna get full of shit,
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I follow Winnie currently on Facebook. I don't know, the algorithm found it, and I yeah. So
those are cutesies.
yeah. Yeah.
Sticking your head in the thing. It's different though. It's different.
Yeah.
Because like my grandma, I don't know what it actually is. I don't know what it actually is. This is my mama telling me that
Okay.
that's the fat. Because it's yellow. What you pull, like when you pop it in half, you can get your tail. You gotta take that poo out. It's like a shrimp. But like you can eat the tail, but like when you shove your finger in the head, some people open it up, like you can just pop it open. But a lot of times they'll stuff that. Like if they're making like they'll stuff the head part with like stuffing, some sort of stuffing. If they cook like a sometimes a étouffée, but it's more like a sauce piquant or something like that. I don't eat crawfish in a gravy, so I'm not all up on the things. But it's like my grandma used to say, like you get the fat, like that yellow is the fat. It holds all the flavor, like it holds a lot of flavor, and that's kind of like the long and short of it, I guess. Like I said, I only know
how
this
big
because
are
my
they?
mom was.
Are they bigger
It
than shrimp?
depends. It depends. Like you can get some small ones. We try to wait until it's at least medium size. The large ones can be a little chewy, so we like a medium. So I guess kind of like a
Like a
yeah, I
large
guess
shrimp? Like a prawn?
yeah, maybe smaller than that.
Okay.
Because you eat them by the pound, so you get like 5 pounds or 10 pounds of crawfish.
Okay.
Usually when you eat, unless you're getting sacks and you're making it yourself. But like when you go out somewhere, you're usually going to get a 5 pound or a 10 pound. Sometimes they sell it in 3 pounds. Because like it's heavy, but like I don't know, you got to get that medium space.
Okay.
But like November, like around like October, November, and then around Easter is like crawfish season.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. I mean, that's valid. Yeah, don't eat
Yeah, that's totally
don't eat
valid.
gravies.
We
Yeah.
raised we raised a hermit crab. We called her Bertha because she was huge.
Oh,
Like she
really?
got real big. My mother-in-law bought it for Lennon when we were in Florida. I'm like, what the are we gonna do with a hermit crab? Like I'm not gonna and you know me, I'm not gonna let an animal die. Like that's not gonna happen.
No.
I'm not gonna do that. So of course
No.
we got her a tank and we got her food and we got her the water. Like it was like a whole thing. But they're super cool. They're super cool to have. She eventually passed away, but like she was huge by the time she died. She was huge. I don't know if it was
Did you
her.
keep
I
getting
don't
her
know.
new shells or whatever?
We got her some new shells. She never switched. I think she switched once, but we couldn't get her to switch anything.
Huh.
Whoa, 55
Oh,
gallon tank.
dang.
Whoa.
That's
That's
awesome,
awesome.
actually. That is awesome.
And now we're just shooting the shit. I know we're running up on 2 hours,
I know.
guys, but this is
we did begin and end with food though, so I think we did it right. Yeah.
I do agree. Yeah, we this was really fun. I know we went on so many tangents. I feel like we didn't even like the the questions were an afterthought, but this was so much
Yeah,
fun.
they were. That's what I like though, just hanging out,
Me too.
the best.
Me too. We were about it. So you guys, thanks for hanging with us. We will let y'all go. I know everybody's got to start their day, morning, evening, whatever.
Yeah.
But thanks for hanging out with us. We will be back next month on Lisa's channel. And yeah, we love you guys. We'll see y'all soon.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.